Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Real Raw Talk, where we keep it real and raw. I am your host, Vanetta Farai, and this is my co-host, Michael.
What's up, guys? My name is Zen Michael Dyer, and we have beautiful people here today. These guys are brilliant. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Kristen.
And thank you for telling everybody that I'm brilliant. My name is Anthony G.
Okay, so we're going to jump right in today, and today's topic is, are you shallow? Let me give you my example of shallow, okay? There was this guy who I worked with in business, and he was very, very nice, extremely intelligent. I love that about him. Had a good business head. He just happened to have a lot of money. Not that that makes a difference to a person like me. The only thing, I didn't want to go out with him because I didn't like him because he was short. He was just too short. And I was taller than him in my stocking feet. So I guess you could say I'm shallow. Wow. What's your take on that?
Guess. You said guess, you could say. The question,
that's pretty shallow,
so
right?
Thank you very much. Thank you for being honest.
Are you shallow? Are you shallow, Anthony?
Am I shallow? I don't think I'm shallow. But, you know, I
you got to back it up with something.
Man, I don't think I'm shallow. Like, I can't think of... Okay. Now that I think about that, yeah, I'm kind of shallow in certain areas.
Can you give us an example?
Let's hear some details,
baby. Man, you want to know details, man. Okay, all right. When it comes to dating, a woman has to be a certain cup size.
Oh. So let me just ask you real quick. Do you think it's okay if she gets a boob job? Are you okay with women that gets the boob jobs?
Oh.
I prefer not. I guess I'm shallow in that area too. I think, because I think if you get a boob job, then you're too shallow. Then I'm unattracted to you.
See, now she got you all twisted.
But I'm open to, and I've dated women who didn't meet my cup requirements. But it was an issue for me internally. But so I guess I'm not that shallow. I could try to look. I'm willing to work at it.
See, I'm not with like the labels, shallow. I feel like there's so much to that. I do feel like we all have preferences, and I feel like that's just a natural thing. Like we have preferences. I think shallow is, I guess, when it's really interfering with, like, when you see that there's someone that I guess is perfect for you in so many ways, and you find that one reason or thing that's just like really irrelevant to like what they offer you, your life, and that turns you away from a great opportunity. So for me, I have this issue though with like dating men younger than me. Like I just, and the height thing too kind of was there, I've compromised on that in ways in the past. So I've been able to compromise, but I think it's just that, I think even with the age thing, even though I learned that age doesn't really determine a lot, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I think that it more so has to do with just like, are we at the same level? I like to date someone that's kind of like maybe doing the same thing that I'm doing. Like I don't want to like graduate school and then they just started school and like, but that has nothing to do with age nowadays either though. Right. But it's just more so been that thing that I've equated age to. But it's just my preference, and I think it all boils down to what they end up having to offer that I'm looking for.
That's true.
So you don't think anybody could have a shallow preference?
I'm not saying I don't think anybody can have a shallow preference. I just feel like shallow is just, I feel like it could be subjective again. I don't know. I feel like it's just everyone has, I feel like everyone has a preference, but then it's like shallow, I think is saying, that maybe something is not right about somebody else, but really it's just your preference, and you could just say, hey, you know what, it's not for me, but maybe someone else is cool for it. But I don't know, just how you perceive it and how you go about dealing with that shallowness.
Well, I asked that because I think some people have innate insecurities, or their own insecurities rather, and then that comes out through their shallowness.
Ooh, I think that's so real.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's say you might be insecure about your size, so you only date people of a certain size because you feel like, well, we both the same size, or if I'm this size and they that size, it's not gonna look right.
Right.
I think that
Yeah.
could be a bit shallow.
That's
Yeah.
like me, because I'm a tall woman. Or I
Yeah.
consider myself to be tall.
Right.
Cameraman laughing. The cameraman laughing.
I love it.
What did you have to say, Michael?
I don't have anything to say about that.
Oh.
What's your take on that? Well, give
I'm
us.
shallow, yeah. I'm superficial, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think about it, I mean, when you're little, I was trained to date somebody based on physical. You know, the commercial that I saw, the advertisement. You know, the white people created an image of what beauty was, and so I said, well, that's beautiful. You know, and then innately, I had something I was attracted to, but most of it was physical. Not at one time anybody told me like, you know what, get to know someone's mind,
Right.
what's in her heart. No one had that. I never had the conversation. So the training tells me you look at somebody physical and you date them based on that. That's the training. So even the subject itself, I don't think anybody in here at this point say, you know what, physical has nothing to do with it.
Right.
You know.
And it's not even just the physical. It could play into let's take you for example. I'll just use you for a minute, Anthony. Let's say you don't have any children at all, okay?
Okay.
You meet this woman and she's beautiful. She's got a big
Wow.
cup size, 38D. But she's got 2 little babies with other baby daddies that don't belong to
Oh, baby daddies.
you.
Man.
How do you feel about that? Because
I don't see. That's where the subjectivity
That's what I was
comes
gonna-
in
I was
because
gonna say.
I don't feel like me discriminating her for having multiple children with multiple baby daddies
So could you
is
date her?
shallow.
Could you date her?
Could I
I mean,
date
in
her?
other areas, she's perfect.
Yeah.
She
I can
cooks,
date her, I
she
probably
take
won't
care
take
of
it that
you,
serious.
and the love is real. So just because of the children, you're deciding I can't go with that.
Relationships has a business aspect that I think often gets ignored.
Mm-hmm.
You could like. Look, the number one reason for a divorce is financial hardships.
Mm-hmm.
You can like somebody all day. They can be perfect for you. You can get along, but love don't pay the bills.
Uh-oh.
All right, and somebody with multiple children, with multiple baby daddies, there's
Well,
issues
just
with
2,
that.
not
I'm not
multiple,
saying,
just several.
well, if you got 2
Couple.
kids and 2 different daddies, I'm not. Now, if you're a woman, no, let me.
What if
do
it's
this.
the same
I
dad?
have to
Let's
give
say
this-
it's the same dad.
I
Let's
have
say
to
it's
give
the
this
same dad.
disclaimer.
Baby daddy.
Okay,
Keep it
okay,
like that.
I have to give this disclaimer. If
Okay.
you're a woman out there and you have 2 children with 2 different baby daddies, I still love you, okay? You're still a cool person. You're not a bad person,
Here
all
we
right?
go.
Okay.
I just
Gotta
don't
make
know
it.
if we could date.
What if she's financially secure? You know, there's a lot of women out there financially secure. Then would you still date her now?
If
She
she
don't
had,
need your money. Matter of fact, she make more money than you.
Oh.
She'll put you through school.
Ooh,
yeah,
ouch.
I'm open to that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so cool. Now we're open for a conversation with you and the,
Yeah.
Yeah, but back on the topic though. I say even the deepest ocean has a surface. So there's, so it's nothing wrong with being attracted to the way somebody looks, but don't just let that be the end all be all.
because I wouldn't count a woman out because she had kids. I mean, I think that there's a life before me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
that happens, and the relationship she had didn't work out.
Yeah.
And maybe she's the one for me because I'm at a point in my life now that I'm looking for someone who I can totally connect with, someone who can see me for who I am, and build something together.
And some people just want to start fresh. What's your take on that? What if this older guy,
with kids?
you like him, and he's got a couple small children, and you're not the mom,
Yeah.
and
so-
you know that you want to get married and have kids of your own one
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Are you okay with that blended family, as Alicia
Well,
Keys calls it?
I was from a blended family myself.
Okay.
So I would say no. No.
I know she's gonna say just
Yeah, I know you thought.
you threw me a little.
Yeah. No, but honestly though, I've never I haven't been, that would not be my ideal situation. So again,
Yeah.
like that's why I said it's subjective, and it has nothing to do with really what Anthony was saying, because he was saying financially. For me, it'll be emotionally. It's just like, okay, now I have to bring you and your kids and your baby's mom in, and I have to know what that situation looks like. So I would need to know what that looks like first before I join in, because I have to anticipate what could happen in our relationship, and if this is going to work for me, and if I'm emotionally stable enough to handle that. So I just that would just be me being real. So it has nothing to do with shallowness. It just happens to do with like, am I ready and prepared for this? And so I wouldn't really think that right now I wouldn't be like, I would be like, no, I'm a little too selfish. Like I need us to have our own time and then have our own kids.
Yeah,
Right.
And
Yeah.
she raises a great point, man. Because baby daddies are the children's parents. You gotta deal with that too.
Yeah, they
You know
come
what
with
I'm
the
saying?
package.
And then they're in your space,
Uh-huh.
and you can't treat them like your own. You
Yeah.
gotta talk to the mother,
Right.
maybe even the father.
But
Right.
you guys, I don't mean to sound morbid, but there are incidences out there where the parent might have died,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
and then the baby's still here.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
So.
absolutely.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
No.
Right.
I'm open. It's not my ideal situation.
Right.
It's not
I mean,
my
that's
ideal.
something nobody has control
Yeah.
over. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I feel like, a connection is connection, love is love. So it's like if you
Right.
meet this person and you don't even get to that part of disclosing that part of your life yet, and you connect with them, and then that comes up, then it's like, for me, like if I was in that situation, that would come up, I probably internally I would be like, man, like seriously, this was perfect until now,
Right,
and I just like, dang, I knew it had to be a catch or something,
Right,
because,
right.
but then if I'm like continuing to pursue, and it's just like, man, like you start really getting to know someone, and you realize how much you can compromise for them, pretty much, and so that's where everything that you initially had, that stuff starts to fall out, because you understand every relationship you go into is a compromise, so it's
That's
depending
true.
on what you're willing to do. So like I said, but
That's
you just
true.
also just have to be real with yourself and say, are you ready for this compromise, because it can be a huge one
Yeah.
that you have to figure out how to emotionally prepare yourself for.
I know somebody who married someone with a child, and she says everything is perfect until that kid comes around.
Oh, man. But I know someone.
That's sad. So, because when I was younger, and it happened to me, the mom had died, and he had like a 3-year-old, because they had him early, like 16, 17
Yeah.
or whatever. And I loved the little boy,
Yeah.
and he loved me.
Yeah.
So it's like I guess my heart is a little, because I love children.
Yes.
So it's like if I can love the man, I can love his kid.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with that, because I've seen situations, like I said, it's so subjective, and I don't put it past me that I couldn't go there if the situation was right and the person was right. I don't put it past me that I couldn't. Like I said, it just wouldn't be my ideal, but I've seen it work so organically where I'm just like situations like that have just been so beautiful, where you just like look at how the person has been so accepting of that child like it's their own, and it's just like, I wouldn't want to have it any other way for my friend. Like I have a friend that is in a situation like that, and her fiance is so like, it's just like her kid is like his, and it's so
Right,
natural,
right,
and like I kind of wouldn't have it any other way for her life, like I wouldn't, knowing the past circumstance, knowing the baby's dad and stuff like that. I just feel like, everyone has their own story and their own
stories,
way
yeah.
to kind of.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
wanted
I
to give
know.
another example of, shallowness, and do you have any situations where the girl was like really cool? Maybe she was too short or too skinny. I've heard guys say, "Oh, she's too small for me. She don't have enough meat on her bone."
Yeah.
Ironically, they could be the skinniest men too.
Okay, so here's a scenario. Let's say you guys on a date, first date, just met, y'all met online or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the
He's
thing
perfect.
now.
He's
Okay.
perfect. He has the money, the job, the career. He's funny. You guys having a good meal at a nice restaurant.
Are they describing me?
Y'all, I'm
Yeah.
describing you. He's your ideal. He's like, he love walking long walks on the beach, in the park. He love poetry. He's
The beach is cold.
The dude got everything he
He's
wants.
Mr. Right.
He's Mr. Right.
Yeah.
And she Miss Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful, gorgeous, everything. Anyway, so all of a sudden you're sitting at the meal, you have a good meal. He reach in, take his teeth out of his mouth. Wrap up in a napkin, put it to the side.
Oh my God.
Is the love still on?
Her legs are shaking right now.
Wait.
Her legs are shaking. She's like, oh God.
I just have to say that was really good. Like that, I did not. I can't even answer that question. Like imagine like he's what? Wow. Take his teeth out in his 20s, 30s.
He played football, got him knocked out.
Whole mouth of teeth.
You got clothesline
Man.
through his helmet.
Jeez.
What's up? So do we still have a deal? Is it a deal breaker?
That's a first date?
Yeah, y'all like each other. It's Harvey. He's
That's
has
the
everything.
He's
first-
vibing.
Y'all were
He's
friends
perfect.
first.
He's perfect.
See, if that's a first date, I mean, that would just be an automatic turn.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm just being
Ooh,
real.
She's being real.
It would be.
She's
I mean,
being
I'm just
real.
saying. When you take your teeth, it's like why? First of all, like I mean, I guess you would be. I kind of would be like, I don't know how to
The
feel.
brother got to eat.
I wouldn't know how to feel because I'm like I'm like, dang, that's bold to the 10th degree to take your teeth out on the dinner at the dinner table. First of all, that's another question about etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Put him in a napkin. Come on.
Say that. No, Drew, just so I would question that.
He was very mannerable about putting his teeth in there.
It's like
Somebody gonna watch a man right now.
Man, you just gotta prepare somebody for something like that.
Because you thought those were his teeth.
Put that
right?
in the
You thought those were
description
his teeth.
on the online,
Put that in
in
the
your profile, whether it's in small letters,
You shouldn't have to put that in the description.
But that would be a
That's
deal
funny.
kill though for you.
I'm just
really?
saying it for that moment. Yeah, that would kill that whole moment off because we having a good time, we vibing, and then next thing you know, I'm thinking these teeth are real. What about if a woman just whip off her wig, right?
What do you think?
Oh, you know what? I'm not a
But you
stickler
know,
about hair.
everyone
though.
has.
But the teeth came out. Are you okay with
The
that?
teeth. You know what? Having no teeth is more beneficial.
Oh man,
More beneficial.
Keeping it real.
It's more beneficial for if she got
Anthony,
some bomb dentures, we can work that out.
You know you need to stop, Anthony.
cute.
You know
Okay.
you need to stop.
If she
All
got
right,
some
you
really
need
good
to stop.
dentures, and she knew how to work that thing and smooth, I can look
You
past
good,
it.
right? Thank you, brother.
Wow,
I can
that's
look past
funny.
that.
Thank you.
You
Cause
know,
Because having no teeth might work out for me.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
might work
Okay,
out.
so let's move on. Let's talk a little bit, Michael, about unconditional love and what that means, okay?
Ooh.
So let's say I'm in a relationship and everything is going great. And then my husband, he tells me that he wants to just end it, that he's found another woman. And of course, I'm devastated. I don't want to let go. Do you still love that person? Is the love still there, or are you just so damaged that it's like, I never want to see you again in life, I hope you get hit by a train, I mean, can you talk a little bit about unconditional love and what that
I
really
like to
means?
pose it to the guest.
Oh, come
Okay,
on,
let's-
Michael, you gotta
She
want
asked
some
you,
input.
Michael.
We want
You
your
know,
expertise.
unconditional love is like that superficial thing. I mean, it doesn't exist because as long as you got superficial people, you don't have unconditional love. So I can't really speak
Yeah.
on that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
gosh,
That's
real.
deep, huh?
That's
Yeah.
real.
That's like my friend I was telling you guys about earlier that, he just broke off his friendship with me because, I thought I was giving him a compliment one time. I told him, I said, I didn't tell him he was like a brother because a brother kind
It
of
was
gives
a
you
backhand-
advice and
that's
everything,
like
right?
friend zone.
I told him you're like a cousin.
Oh,
But because don't you have more fun with your cousins? He was like Anthony.
That
He was
is
so
terrible.
insulted. He was
Yeah.
so insulted, and
Yeah.
it was just like I was just trying to let him go down easy. So then when he asked me, "Hey, you want to go by the beach and hang out with my friends again?" I was like, "No, I'm not available because you're taking it differently. I just want to be your friend, and now you're thinking something different."
yeah.
And so
Let me ask you
he
a
loved
question.
me based on condition, right?
Can I just ask you a question?
What
Because,
is that? Okay.
You're looking for real love, right?
No, not right now.
You don't real love? What are you
I'm
looking
not looking for
You
real
want a
love
one-night
right now.
thing? What you looking
Oh,
for?
we get-
No, I'm not looking.
I mean, you're looking for real love.
It
What are you
just
looking
got
for?
How do you know
personal.
I don't have real
It got
love? How do you
personal.
know I don't
I mean,
have
but you
real
want
love?
you want real love. Then
So let's just do a superficial thing.
Do you want
like
real
if
love?
I was looking for real love,
but
and
you
do I want
love?
real
Do
love?
you want a real solid relationship?
I would want real love. I
You
would
would
want
want-
real love in a relationship.
Okay,
yes.
you would want that, right?
Yes, I would want
And yet,
that,
at the
yes.
same time, I heard you say that because the guy was too short,
Yeah.
you would talk. So it makes me wonder: do you really want real love?
But see, but how do
I mean, if you say you really want real love, then come on, let's. I mean,
But you know, it's-
obviously
it's
something
like-
is missing.
Well, it's like a girlfriend that I tried to set her up with somebody that I thought was right for her, right? And they went out, and he tried to hold her hand. She didn't want to hold his hand. He liked her. He was totally into her. She wasn't feeling it. She told me. She says, "You know what? It's got to be some chemistry." That's true, right, guys?
But
There
what
has to
about
be some
you?
chemistry.
You just said you want real love, and yet the guy was too short. So let's talk about
Because
that
there
for a
was
minute.
no chemistry. There was
What
no
the hell is chemistry?
What the hell is
Ex-
chemistry?
define chemistry for him, Kristen.
Oh,
Please.
why do you want me to
Chemistry.
define it? Like,
Define chemistry.
Show me
He
chemistry.
doesn't know what chemistry means.
What got chemistry got to do with it?
Okay, so I mean, I just say like a natural connection, like like a natural connection with someone
Exactly.
where you just vibing and it's just like, dang, like I just lost track of time, like I don't
Exactly.
even know
There
what
you
I'm
Isn't that
go.
crazy?
Thank you.
You know?
There's a such thing as chemistry. I've actually been attracted to, physically attracted to someone that we didn't have any personality chemistry together.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you got the chemistry, but the fact is, I haven't heard of a relationship yet that lasted 30 or 40 years off of chemistry.
I
No,
have.
chemistry
Yeah,
is
chemistry.
the start.
I
though.
get
That's
that.
the
But
start.
chemistry sound like
you asked
something-
me about the starting
I
point.
want
You
to hear
got to
about
be
this
attracted from
chemistry
the
thing.
start.
Chemistry is a what?
Chemistry, okay,
And
but they're
can you have it
describing-
with anybody or is something that God chose you to have
But
a connection with?
what I think they're describing as chemistry is a connection in the romantic sense.
Give a personal example of the chemistry you have with somebody.
Okay, there's someone I know right now, and we've dated before, and I can call that person and we'll start talking and we'll just laugh. We'll talk about a range of subjects. I could talk to that person for hours. It just flows when we're together. Our personalities just complement each other.
And that's chemistry, right?
We just flows. That's what I think they mean is chemistry.
What is chemistry
So
for
why'd
you?
you bring it?
Chemistry for me is first a connection of it, and it could be visual, physical
Somebody-
attraction.
give it a
It
real
could
example.
be mental. Somebody that I just
No, give
find
a real
attractive.
example. Not
Somebody that I find
Is there
attractive.
somebody you actually had a real chemistry
Somebody,
connection
yeah,
with?
somebody that's
Give us an
that's like
example.
that guy. He's tall,
No.
husky, football
She's
player,
shallow.
looking tight. Intelligent. No,
See,
intelligent is a
this-
prerequisite.
Are you making up?
Intelligent is a prerequisite.
Are you making up a relationship?
I'm
with something
messing.
real?
I'm doing a prototype
I
of,
want-
this,
I want
of
a
a
real-
real person.
real
This is a
person
real
you had chemistry
person.
with.
This is a real person I had chemistry
Let's say,
with.
what was
he
it?
was tall. He was husky.
Look
He
at
was
her.
football player, looking
Chemistry
tight.
is physical.
He was good looking. He was intelligent. He had money. He was successful. He had all the pluses. Okay. And there was an attraction there.
You
And
had
so
chemistry
then
with
it
the first,
grew. It grew. Yeah, it
Okay,
grew.
great. Now I want
It grew.
I want to hear chemistry. Somebody you had real chemistry with.
You want to hear? Okay, so what do you want to know about it?
Yeah, I just want to know who was the person you had chemistry with.
Describe the chemistry.
Oh, okay. Well, my then boyfriend, we have really good chemistry just because it was like we would literally be, like I said, like we would just be in conversation with each other and have our own, like almost our own language with each other. And it was just like a natural thing. And it was like a constant communicating with each other about random stuff, and like the first person you want to like tell something to. I mean, that's on a deeper level, but I think the initial part was just more like natural flow of a conversation. Sense of humor just naturally comes out. No, like just immediately comfortable with that.
But how
person.
did it start? How did it start? What did he look? Were you physically attracted to him? Mentally
I was
attracted? How did it
I
start?
was physically attracted to him.
Yeah. So it starts and it
I
grows.
really wanna-
That's
I
chemistry.
really appreciate you guys sharing with me about
Okay.
the chemistry thing. How come you guys not with those people now?
Because things beyond the chemistry.
So the point I'm trying to make
Thank
is the
you.
fact is
Get
the
in the
chemistry
way.
does not create a lasting relationship. You guys just proved it.
Relation-
You have the chemistry, but I think there's got to be something more.
Who said that it does?
Relationships and
I
body.
did, because we said we're talking about chemistry.
But you
is
gotta
something,
be attracted from the
Chemistry is
start,
something
though.
that I think we make up because it changes all the time. Chemistry for some people is
Yes,
physical.
it's a very initial. It's a very initial
Yeah.
thing. It's not the last. It's not the game changer. It's not the long laster thing in the relationship. Like it's not gonna sustain you.
You Americans are funny to me because there are some cultures who arrange marriages.
Yeah.
And that's nothing,
Yeah.
chemistry has nothing to do with it.
And they hate it.
And yet you
A lot of
guys
times
talk
they
about
hate that.
chemistry
Yeah.
as if there's a book that you read and say, this is what chemistry is, and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that feeling inside of you, ooh, that means that we're connected. So I feel it.
Michael,
Ooh, it
so
must be
Michael-
chemistry. No, let me finish. Because we can just feel it. We're relying on this feeling. Ooh, yeah, I feel it right here. Ooh, it's tingling. Right down about my left nut.
left nut?
Yeah, so
That's
that
real
that
wrong.
must be love.
If you feel in your
But
nuts,
but
it's
what
love.
what are you saying? What are you saying? It needs to be. What's your point? Because I was just saying, if you connect with someone, you continue, you pursue, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's just the initial.
We're just saying
connection.
that it starts
I
there.
think
I'm
it's
asking
I think it's
you.
personally a choice.
Oh, you do
Yeah.
I
make
think
choice.
relationship is a choice. You choose based on what you value with someone. If this person, like back in the day, it was about survival a lot of times. So people didn't get married because of what chemistry. They got married because the fact is, you know what? You're here and I'm here, and we want the same thing.
Can you honestly say that when you first met your mate, you weren't physically attracted to her? Can you honestly say that, keeping it real and raw?
Yes.
Okay. See, he said, yes, you weren't attracted,
The
and
point I'm
yes,
trying
you
to
were.
make is that
You were attracted.
even
See, I just put
myself,
you on the spot.
Even myself,
It's shallow.
Even myself is shallow
It's
at
shallow.
that point.
Thank
the fact
you.
is that, but I think that I want to put it on the table because I realize the fact is that does not make relationship last. I had chemistry with the most beautiful women in the world.
Man,
How you
lasting
know?
relationships.
That's your view. No.
Right, no, right, go ahead. What you gonna say? Say it
No,
louder.
I'm just
Say it
playing.
louder.
Lasting relationships require a lot, bro.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
requires finances.
Here
it
you go with the
requires-
finances again.
It matters.
Speaking
It
of
matters.
finances,
You gonna nail that one in.
finances.
It matters.
It
It
matters.
matters.
This is a hefty
All right, you
topic.
guys.
And the responsibility,
Yeah, it's
all
a
that.
hefty
lot-
topic.
all-
Okay,
all of you.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna save
It's
the
hefty.
finances for another topic, another day.
So the question is,
gonna
are
con-
you shallow?
Yes, are you shallow? So we're gonna conclude this right here. Thanks so much for watching. And hey, if no one has told you they love you today, we love you.